Good morning, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum to everyone that's out there. I hope that you are doing fine. This talk is going to be discussing relationships in all manners because it's very important to know who you're going to get with. It's very important to know how certain products react with you. It's just very, very important to know these things. And I was listening to my sister Denise Muhammad. I want to give her a shout out. She has a radio program that's on, it's a blog talk radio on KHALFANI radio. And the name of her show is Restoration of the Mind, Body, and Soul with Sister Denise Muhammad. And she had a guest on there, Brother Tony Muhammad, which is one of the Nation of Islam, one of our ministers, Nation of Islam ministers, that is located out in California. And they had a very, very good talk about the vaccinations, getting your children vaccinated. And I want to talk about that relationship because, you have to wonder, about that type of relationship. God never intended for you to shoot your body up with mercury and aluminum and all other sorts of things that they have in these vaccines, and you putting these on your babies. That's the same thing. The transgression of God's law introduces death. Sin introduces death. And I say that to say that think about what you do to indulge and to have sex outside of marriage. You here, you there, you everywhere. Excuse me. And you want to take a morning after pill, or you want to get on birth control, and these things that you are introducing into your body is destroying your body. God said he came to give us life and life more abundantly. Well, how are you having life more abundantly if you're taking these harmful chemicals? I'm not going to call them medicine because it's not medicine. Your medicine is in your food. The medicine is in what you eat and how often you eat. Okay? That is your medicine. Your medicine is not this stuff you go to the doctors and get. A lot of these cancers and things like that, they're giving it to you. They're giving it to you in your food with the artificial coloring, with, oh my God, the fake food, that's masquerading, that they have masquerading around here as real food. It has a lot to do with our sickness and our illness. And the reason why we indulge in these types of situations or activities is because we don't understand the science of relationships. Okay? So when you don't understand the science of a relationship, then you tend to stay in that relationship doing the same thing over and over again, which makes you insane. That's insanity. And you're not getting any different results. Life is made to advance. Life is made to grow. Life is made to enjoy. Life is made to succeed. If you're not doing these things that I just named, then there is something or someone in your life that is blocking your success. Success is not that hard if you have the right knowledge applied. Having knowledge and having an understanding of how to apply that knowledge is very two different things. Just remember what Solomon prayed for. He thanked God for the wisdom. He said, but now above all things, give me an understanding of the wisdom that you just gave me. He knew it. But now how do I apply this? What am I to do with this to advance life? God gave you his earth to advance life. Okay? The reason why you have two different roads here is because God is not going to step on your choice. You choose which way you want to go. You want to go the way of the broad road where there's a lot of folks on that road, or do you want to travel the narrow path, the narrow road where there's a traveler every now and then? See, that's God's way. And the reason why that's God's way is because so many people are plugged into this world. You have to sever this relationship you have with this world. This world is death and destruction. And you have to cut ties with it. I was watching Tariq Nasheed in one of his programs, and he was talking about what happened at Chipotle. And then somebody in the his live feed said, and Lord, I love Chipotle. And I'm like, black people, good Lord, do we still go out and eat at these people's restaurants? How can you love Chipotle? Really? Why do you love it? Because of the chemicals that are in the food that you are addicted to. It is an addiction. If you can't stay away from them, that's an addiction. And you have to rid yourself of that addiction. But what keeps you plugged in and what keeps you in this relationship is the following the desire or the temptation to be a part of. Margaret Sanger said it's easy to kill black people because they want so much to be accepted by us. She said she hates black people, and it's so easy to kill them, and she wants to kill us all. These are her words. Go look them up. She says she want to kill all black people, and it's easy to do because we want to be accepted. And we'll do anything to be accepted, even tell ourselves stupid stuff like, well, this America, I can go there and eat if I want to. No, you can't. If they make if you walk into that building and they say that they don't want to serve you or they don't want you sleeping here, that all they have to do is call the cops and you out of there. They can make up anything they want to make up, like they've been doing, like they are doing. They don't want you there. They can say whatever they want to say to get you out of there. I mentioned this in one of my in the video before this one, where the reason why God is allowing it, one reason is very clear. God don't want you in this world. He don't want you to be a part of white folks' world. So he allow you to taste of their evil in hopes that you would stay the hell away, but you keep going back. How many people can you see going by, sitting up in Waffle House? Tiffany Haddish along with some dude. She's sitting up there promoting Waffle House. Really? You have no loyalty to your own. She was even too cowardly and scared to speak out against not having diversity. And all she could say, I don't know nothing about that. That's somebody else's problem. All I know is I won. That is the most ignorant thing I've heard anybody say. And she didn't have no problem saying it out loud, so she didn't even know that that was wrong to say. And she seemed like, just her energy, the spirit, she seemed like she's a nice person. But her thoughts are not in a line with what it should be lined up with. Because there's no way in the world that so many little black girls and so many little black boys should be going in the way that they are going with all these black people out here with money and influence. So that means you ain't giving a damn about your black people. You want to cut that relationship, and you trying to build a relationship with people that hate you. I was watching what's that movie? And I don't watch a lot of white folks movies, but Predator. My daughter was talking about she wanted to watch Predator, so I watched Predator with her. If I talk about an American movie, is because my daughter, she still watches some American movies, and I'll watch it. It depends on what it is, though. I don't watch, even though she tried to get me, I don't watch them all. I don't, because I don't like their movies. I don't think they can write, and it's always full of filth. But I was watching the new Predator, and the brother in there was smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, wow. I know that white folks hate us, but I bet that brother didn't ask, where did you get this cigarette? What's in this cigarette? He just took it because we still have blind trust in white folks. And he was just smoking the cigarette on the set, not on the set, but in the movie. And I said, I hope that he doesn't, but he don't know what was in the cigarette. And that might affect him later on down the line. Boom, he should have some type of cancer. And there he go. We got to be careful. Y'all out here trying to have a relationship with these people, and these people do not want a relationship with you. They really hate how you try to push yourself on them. Why? I mean, I can't, because I don't want to be a part of them. So it's kind of, I don't want to sound like I'm judging or standing and lording over somebody by asking the question of, why you want to be accepted by them? Who cares? I mean, that's how I feel. You don't have to accept me. I feel like that about my own. If you don't want me around, then I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around nobody that don't want me around. I don't want to be around nobody that's always talking hate against me or always throwing shade, because that right there should make you feel, what do you call it? Not suspicious, but uncomfortable, because you know this person doesn't like you, and you always trying to hang up and stick up around this person, and this person basically run things. So if they get a wild hair up their ass and want to say something about you, like that teacher did, that sister that's sitting in the classroom, and just go and get the cops to have her escorted, the sister must be smart. She must be smart, and the white woman was mad about it. So she go and call the cops. And then, well, anyway, I said in a video previously about having or developing a relationship where you're not wanted. Already there's resistance. So if there is resistance, then you don't push yourself into that relationship, because it's not going to be conducive for you to grow and be successful. Your energy already doesn't balance out with the situation or the activity, so you don't involve yourself in that. Okay? So this relationship that we have with white folks is volatile, is dangerous, is deadly, is sick, and sadistic. And we should get out of it. We should not be involved with in their activities whatsoever. I also spoke on how God wanting you out of this relationship, which is why he doesn't let it work. See, what's for them is for them, because it's their system. God gave them 6,000 years to rule. He let them rule. Now he's taking their world down. So you don't belong over here, so God will let you taste their evil to run you out. I just don't understand. And then you have some of us that will say, well, not all white people. Yes, every last one of them. Because not a one of them, even the ones you hang around, is out here upset and mad about what they doing to black people. Even the ones you married to, they not saying shit about it. You understand? And you should not be in and around them. You should have your own. You should be able to stay within your own community. Well, then black people say, well, white folks will just come shoot it down. No, they won't. Because it's our day. This is the 7th hour. This is our hour. This is why I changed my YouTube to this by the time 103. Because it's named after a chapter or surah in the Holy Quran that's called By the Time Surely Man is in Loss. And you have to admit that we are in loss. It's so much losses today. Loss of land, loss of life, loss of water, loss of food. Come on, as our queen on Fly Nubian Queen sister say, talk black to me. You understand? So you have to come from under this spell that you're under. And the way that you do that is that you stop partaking in her activities. Come out of Christmas. Come out of Easter. Come out of Thanksgiving. Veterans, Memorial Day, President's Day, Black Friday. Come out of that stupidity. Come out of that. That doesn't benefit you. Something that benefits you should advance you. And if it's not advancing you, then it doesn't benefit you. So you should be ridding yourself of that. The same way, because I said I was going to do a video about why I don't watch American movies, why I watch K-dramas. I watch K-dramas, I watch Japanese movies, and I watch Chinese movies. For one thing, they clean. And then for another thing, the tone that it's in, it's not a tone that lobotomizes you. American movies have a tone that it emits, a frequency that, for one, brings your tone down if it's high. Then it lobotomizes you. Then it shows you, at that time you're open, and it shows you all kinds of filth and debauchery and cuss words, and it's just, I don't like it, so I don't indulge. I don't indulge. And if it wasn't for my daughter asking me sometimes, to watch movies with her, I wouldn't watch any of them. Not one. No, not one. I would not watch. And I haven't watched a K-drama in a while. I like K-dramas better than I like Chinese and Japanese. Just those Japanese, though, they be good. I have to say that those Japanese dramas them J-dramas be on it. Them C-dramas pretty good. But them K-dramas and them J-dramas, oh, please, y'all playing. They be really, really good. I enjoy watching those. Because it makes you feel good, it elevates you, and it makes you know that you can do whatever it is you want to. These doggone American films, please. Black people should not be watching them. Just cut them off. Cut off their restaurants, turn off their movies. Please stop eating their food. Start growing your own. Grow your own garden. Make your own bread. If you don't know how to make bread, leave me a comment in the video on after the video, and I will be more than happy to do a video about how you make bread. But on my Patreon, I have a video up that's talking about the science of relationships. See, we don't understand the science of a relationship. If something doesn't come together without being forced to come together, you understand what I'm saying? You have to pay attention to, excuse me, any little fluctuation or change in your energy or your atmosphere when something or someone comes around. Because there are changes, and you have to understand that, okay, I will be polite to you or courteous to you, but I will not let you into my atmosphere. I mean, it's the same way with if you pay attention to what's going on in your life, and you have, you're not advancing no matter what, something or someone, excuse me, is in your life that shouldn't be there. Guaranteed. And you will know exactly who and what it is once you understand what you need to look for. Then you have to get rid of that thing or that person. A thing, if you haven't taken it inwardly, is easier to get rid of than a person. Because once you've ingested something, then that has gone all over your body. It has attached itself to your cells. It's in your blood. So you have to work on getting it out, just like you would have to work on getting a person out of your life. And, people that sell things like products, things that mainly, contain chemicals that you have to use on your body or whatever. Everything you buy at the store is not for you. It don't balance you out. But you buy it because they make it for that. You know what lets you know that? Your hair and your skin. It's two things that let you know. Even your body will, but I think we're so used to not feeling well till we don't even know that we don't feel good. You've been feeling like this all your life, and you don't even know that you should be feeling way better than what you feel. But if you have to know what matches your body. So if somebody's selling a body cream that's made in a factory or whatever, just because it's a body cream, that don't mean it go with your body. That's the same way it is in nature. I mean, some people have a reaction to poison ivy or poison oak, and some people don't. Well, the people that have a reaction to it, then it don't go to you. We had poison ivy all around our house because I was born in the country. But I never, ever had a reaction to poison ivy. Never did. I know because I used to play in the woods. And I know that I come across that poison ivy. But it didn't affect me. But some of my other friends, it did. So whatever is in that poison ivy, that they call it poison ivy, didn't affect me. Even that hogweed. You're talking about that hogweed. Man, we used to play with that hogweed. I know we used to play with hogweed. But now people are having reaction to it. We, like we were taught as children, ooh, y'all stay away from poison ivy. Y'all stay away from poison oak. Ooh, don't eat that. As little children, you're taught what to stay away from, things that can harm you out in nature, snakes, spiders, different things. But we was never taught about hogweed. Old people used to have hogweed planted in their yard. Black people didn't have no problem with no hogweed. But a different story for a different time. I digress. But, yes, just because it's a body cream, it might be some ingredients in there that don't agree with you. And anything that you put on your body should be natural. Anything that you ingest should be natural. It should not be chemicals. You should pay attention and read whatever you, before you put it on your body, and pay attention to before you eat it. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there's a product, I won't, name the product, but it was a hair care product. And I was going to put this hair care product on my head. But, okay, when I first picked it up, it just fell out of my hand. Okay, I didn't pay too much attention. I just picked it up, but I was fumbling with it. It just wouldn't get right in my hand. I'm fumbling with this product. So I finally get a hold of this product. Then I sat down and I opened it. And when I opened it, the whole container fell out of my hand and wasted on the floor. Thank God it was like a conditioner, a thick conditioner, so I could, basically just pick it up and kind of put it back in the jar. But when that happened, then I knew this is not for me. So I don't use it. I didn't use it. But I just went back the next week. I went to go try to pick it up again. I just wanted to see. I wasn't going to use it. I just wanted to see what would happen. And I dropped that jar again. I fumbled with it as I was trying to pick it up. I said, this is not for me. Just think if I had picked it up and just kept on trying to use it, it would have stunted my hair growth. I'm wondering why my hair won't grow. Well, it won't grow because you're using something on it that your body was trying to tell you don't use it. It's the same way with people. You have to pay attention to the change and the influx of energy around you when somebody new or even old. Try to think back. If your life is not progressing, it's because you have something or someone in it that is stopping it. If you have trouble with your skin is bumpy. It's either from something you're using or something you're eating. If your life is bumpy, it's because of someone that you have a relationship with that you need to cut. So black folks, we know our life is bumpy with white people. So we need to cut that. We need to just cut it. Because if we don't, we will always be in this predicament. And we need to stop supporting these black people that is up there in Hollywood that is selling us out and not helping us. Do you think that all these little white children can go to these colleges and schools and stuff like that? Don't you dare not think that them white folks up there in Hollywood don't have some type of fund set up for children in different neighborhoods, or probably neighborhoods that they come from, that they don't have scholarships programs set up for those children so they can go to the damn school that they want to go to. But you can't get a nickel out of black people's pocket that's up there that you support. You put those people up there. Hell, Beyonce wouldn't be the mega rich person she is now if it wasn't for black folks. You can talk about her promoters and who, but if it wasn't for black folks out there buying her stuff or buying Jay-Z stuff, they wouldn't be the people they are right now. They wouldn't have the money that they have right now. Rihanna, even Tiffany Haddish. I have to say, like Tariq says, like Rosie Perez, we get these people, they up. Jennifer Lopez, we raise them up, and then when we raise them up, we can't get no love back. No, absolutely not. Cut that relationship, because this is why you're not growing to the level that you need to grow to. Cut the relationship. Cut it. Stop supporting these people, these black people that can't turn around and give their money. Now, what I am going to tell you is this, like I mentioned in my video before this one, is that they are going to start shaking down black people with this money. These people, these so-called high-paid celebrities and sports figures, they're going to start giving them the shakedown. They're going to start emptying them pockets like they trying to do with Bill Cosby. What they did was they tested with Bill Cosby to see how easy it was. Somebody like Bill Cosby, if they can put him in jail and take his money, they can do that to any damn body they want to without an outcry from black people. Instead, black people joined up behind them, joined up with them against Bill, and not knowing that they joined up against themselves. They gonna use that against you. You can rest no sure on that one. So now, not sure who they have in their sights, but trust me, they got somebody else in their crosshairs. Then Kanye West takes white folks' money that he made from white folks that he got from them and gave it to the black family for that brother that was shot, the security guard that was shot and killed by the white cops. Do not think for a moment that went unnoticed by white folks. They pay attention to everything we do. We for whatever reason. For people that don't mean shit to them, they sure be all up in whatever the hell we got going on. So they paying attention to that. So they sitting around the table right now trying to figure out what they gonna do about Kanye West giving them money. So they trying to think about how they gonna take Kanye West money, because they gave it to you. And God might allow it and he might not. God has two wills. He have a permissive will and a oh goodness, I always forget. He has a will that he allows and what he don't allow. I can't remember the other will. But God might allow it and he might not allow it. But they on the shakedown now of black people with all this money. Because God forbid you give it to the Nation of Islam. I think them people would, I think they would pull their clothes off and run down the street naked on a busy freeway. If they find out you giving money to the Nation of Islam, money that they gave you, that they allowed you to have. You understand? Render to Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God. That was the name of my last video that I just put up. That will happen, no doubt. Even you paid coons and coonettes that's paid to do hit piece on the black community. If you can't deliver the goods and they find that they don't need you no more, see, they don't pay you big money anyway. Black folks happy with a title. You just want to be head janitor. They ain't got to raise your money. You just want a title. They know that, but they know the psyche of the black man too well, and you allow them to know you too well. So no, them writers and stuff that run around here that they let hang around them. See, black folks just happy hanging around them. You're not getting near the money that white writer is getting. She banking. He banking. You barely breaking $50,000 or $60,000 a year. But they give you a title, and then they allow you to hang around them as a show so other black people can see it. So when you sit down and write your hit piece, black people don't really know what's going on. They just see you in a spot that they would desire to be in. Touching their money. Leave their money alone, black people. I'm telling you. Touching that money will get you in trouble. You're not going to be allowed to keep it anyway. They're going to take it. So these writers that, do these hit pieces, they're losing ground fast. And they're going to get kicked out. So they don't really have to worry about trying to get your money, because they know how you spend your money. So you probably don't have no money. So they don't have to worry about you, because, see, you're just glad to get up and have a job, have a title, make a little money, and hang around with them. But them big money makers, them the entertainers, and them actors and actresses, and the sports figures and all that kind of stuff, your day is here. They are going to turn you upside down and they're going to shake your pockets. I'm telling you, with all kind of false lies and stuff. Because you touch their money, and then you have the nerve to go back to the black neighborhood and set up scholarships and build schools and grocery stores and shit. They're not going to allow you to do that with that money. They're going to take that money before you get any ideas. Any ideas. Because the reason why they're not raising too much sand about that black brother that opened that school, LeBron James, for one thing, he got white folks in there with him. So he got stool pigeons that's in there telling every step he make. I just don't know why we feel like we can't do anything without those people. I just don't understand it. And another reason why they don't talk about it, because they don't want other black people to get any ideas to go to the black community and help your people out. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You get up, you put out these filthy lyrics, then you shake your nasty behinds in our children's faces that allow our children to watch that mess or listen to it. And then you got the nerves enough not to give nothing back. If you giving, then that should be known. If you're doing something, then it would be shown. Because I know I live in a black neighborhood. I've lived in black neighborhoods all my life. I never desired to live up around white people. Even before I became a Muslim, I never desired to be around those people. Never desired to be around those people. I lived in black neighborhoods all my life. And I've never seen where we built a school or we built a grocery store or community gardens, banks. I just never seen it. Never seen it. We should start demanding some things, people. And we should definitely start being careful about what we develop a relationship with. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention to any little inflection or changes that's within your atmosphere. If you're not growing, then it's someone or something in your relationship, that you have allowed in that has stopped your growth. Because the reason why it stops your growth, because God will not allow it to grow for you to share with someone that's not meant to be in your life. When you have someone that's meant to be in your life, then you will see how it will grow. But you're probably with someone where your life is not, where God is, he want to bless you and he will bless you, but you have something in your way right there. Same way with your skin. And just remember what I said about skin and hair and inside your body. If you have developed a sickness, then it's something you're using or someone you're with your sexual intercourse that is in your body now, and you need to get it out. I'm telling you. So pay attention, black people, to what's going on with you. I appreciate you giving me this time to talk to you. And I am going to do that video. I keep saying that I'm going to do the video, but I am going to do the video about the tone levels in these movies, and why I watch K-pop and J-pop and C-pop, and dramas, and why I listen to K-pop, and I do listen to some C-pop as well, or I listen to Chinese artists. I say it like that. The Chinese artists who are into the K-pop. They do K-pop. So I would like to thank you all for joining me, those who did. Please see me on my Patreon. Please join me on my Twitter at Yo Girl May, which will be a description, which will be in the description box. I'll also leave a link for Sister Denise, Restoration of Mind, Body, and Spirit, of her radio talk show. I will leave a link to that. She starts at around 15 or 16. No, I think it's past 15. It might be 16, 17 type, right in there. She starts with her show about 15, 16 minutes in, maybe a little more. And I will leave that link in the description box as well, and I will leave my Patreon. Please support me on my Patreon. On my Patreon, I put I go more in depth. Well, I will be putting up hair videos on my Patreon to show you how I learned what to use on my hair. And I will show you what I do, my whole routine about my hair and how my hair is and how I was able to get my hair back to the texture that it was when I was a little child or when I was a baby. I know a lot of you, oh, I don't believe that, but it's very true. I mean, it's not as fine as it was. I'm not talking about in thickness like that, strands. I'm talking about in the way of my curl pattern, how nice and silky my curl pattern is. And also my Patreon is Apply Knowledge. My Instagram is Yo Girl May. I don't really do a lot of posting on Facebook. If I start, then I'll let you know that, you know, I'm on Facebook or whatever. I do have a couple of groups on there that I would like to get restarted, which is my makeup group, you know, and still, even though I sell those products, you have to know what goes well with you. Okay, just pay attention to any little changes that's going on, and I will come back and have another video on relationships. So please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will talk to you soon. Peace, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.